Today on CityCast Austin, it's the Friday News Roundup. I'm here today with Hey Austin newsletter editor Kelsey Bradshaw and executive producer Eva Ruth Moravec to talk about some of the stories that caught our eyes this week. We're chatting about the WNBA and Austin's official bid, checking in on the Texas legislature, and sharing some of our weekend picks. It's Friday, February 14th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello! Hey, Eva Ruth. Hey, Kelsey.
Hello, hello.
Happy Valentine's Day, girls.
I was just about to say that. Happy Valentine's Day!
Love
Happy Valentine's
is
Day.
in the air.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone listening to us that gives a shit or celebrates Valentine's Day. Happy Day of Love. I hope you and your boo are having a fantastic day.
Happy dog birthday.
Happy
for those
dog
who
birthday.
celebrate.
Happy dog birthday. It's Jet's birthday?
That's how we celebrate Valentine's Day in my house.
Oh, you did.
Heard?
I do know this. I do know this. I'm sorry.
Have you not been listening to CityCast?
I have
Austin?
been listening. I just think of Jet's face. Yeah.
Happy dog birthday to
Thank
Jet
you.
and Xena.
And to your dogs, too.
Listen, I'm like you, Eva Ruth. I have no idea when Frankie was actually born but I got her in July, so that's when her birthday is.
Oh, yeah. Malcolm's birthday is made up by the shelter. Like, I don't know that he's actually a Sagittarius.
Come with me. Valentine's Day is the perfect dog birthday for all these reasons.
I think you're right. If I ever get another dog, I might steal that from you. Anyway, let's get into the news. Austin has officially submitted a bid for a WNBA expansion team. But they're not the only ones. At least 10 other cities put their hats in the ring as well. Now, so currently there are 13 WNBA teams around the country, but the league is planning to expand to 15 teams in 2026 and 16 teams by 2028. The group who submitted on Austin's behalf consists of former Milwaukee Bucks owner Mark Lasry, Fran Harris, Jenny Just, and Kevin Durant. So for those of you listening that may not know, WNBA stands for Women's National Basketball Association. Fran Harris, who is behind the WNBA push here, played in the W's first season for Houston Comets, and they won the championship. She's also a UT champion.
Pew, pew, pew. Go, Fran. We're Fran's fans.
We're fans of Fran. The full 2024 WNBA regular season, playoffs, and finals averaged 1.2 million viewers, the most watched full season on ESPN platforms ever, and up to 155% from 2023. So it's their time.
Let's get it.
They're trying to capitalize on, it seems like, a growing interest. WNBA ownership has turned into a valuable and worthwhile investments due to rising attendance and popularity, TV ratings, and a new TV deal with Disney, Prime Video, and NBC Universal. So the group's bid includes plans for a new practice facility and plans to play home games, of course, at Moody Center. This is a huge deal. So
exciting.
What now? Yeah, it's really exciting. So Fran says the latest they would hear back about their bid is in the fall. Could be anywhere from April to the end of May. And the goal is to play in 2027. So they want to tip off in the summer of 2027, which means they need an answer now.
Yesterday.
Fran is like, we need an answer in a month. We need the next month or so. This is so, I don't know why I'm so hyped about this, y'all. This is so exciting.
It really is.
Well, imagine like the first big professional team in Austin is a womenn's team.
So cool.
Especially after UT women's basketball has been doing so well.
Yeah.
This has me super hyped, y'all. I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
Like, I'm rubbing my hands together like the Homer Simpson boss. Excellent. What's his name? Mr. Burns?
Mr. Burns.
Well, and it's happening at like the perfect time. Like, interest in the WNBA has exploded because of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. It would be awesome.
It's exciting. I mean, not to be like too fangirl about it, but we did interview Fran Harris, and she's just like, it's happening. Like she speaks about that it is happening.
Yes.
The team is here. They are playing at the Moody. She's like been thinking about who their super fans are and just like, totally manifesting it. And she makes stuff happen.
I love that kind of tenacity. It's something that I aspire. You know what I'm like that kind of like, oh no, it's happening. Like that, like that's it.
Yeah.
So my question is, what do you think the mascot should be? Because I'm curious.
So, like, the obvious answer would be bats, right? But, like, we don't need a basketball team that's bats.
We got enough bat stuff.
Yeah, ACC's the River Bats.
Right. We have enough bat stuff. And I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, what are some Austin-y? I'm like, okay, can they be the Barton Springs pools? Can they be blue-green algae? Like, I'm trying to think of, like,
Kelsey.
Austin things.
The algae. They're just going to be blobs of algae. This is the plan?
But, like, no. So the two things I came up with are, you know how we have that green parrot here?
Yes. Love the green parrots.
They could be parrots.
Do you know about these, Nikki?
Sounds bad.
Oh, I know exactly about.
She knows about the parrots.
Yeah, I used to work off of 49th Street for the state, and they just walked around on the grounds. they just walked around like they lived there. And anytime we came anywhere close to them, they were just like, I don't know what you think this is, but you don't want this smoke. I'm very aware. I was afraid of those parrots for a while. I digress. Anyway,
well, this is good. If you're afraid of the parrots, all the other teams will be afraid of the parrots.
I don't trust birds.
So is this your vote, Kelsey? You're on Team Green Parrot?
Well, so my only other idea, and this one is maybe worse. It's a good thing I'm not in charge of this. Is I was thinking about how Austin is such a rescue dog town, and I was like, they can be the dogs, and then I was like, that sounds
the bitches
like I'm insulting them. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, they can be the puppies, and then I was like, well, that also sounds insulting, and so I've just decided to just tell you guys that, and that's
Kelsey
it.
is fired from the marketing team.
I love you so much. I love you so much. Because that was such a well thought out, like, that was really well thought out, actually.
Thank you so much.
It was full Kelsey chain of thought. We saw it all. Okay, so my vote, I present the Austin Dillos.
That's cute. That could be cute.
Dillos B. Duncan.
Oh my gosh. We are all so tragically mad at this because I can't even talk smack about y'all's because I didn't even come up with nothing better. Like and I'm mad at myself. So I was thinking either the peacocks, because of the peacocks that are around the city, or the crowns. For the violet crown. So the crown. The Austin crowns.
Oh my God. And that would be such an easy thing for fans to put on.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean yours is bad? You lied. I've been hustled.
Damn it, Nikki. Yes, that is good.
God.
Yeah, the Austin crowns.
The Austin crowns.
But I feel like it would be like the crowning achievement of the city. There's so many ways. They're all queens. Like there are so many ways.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
You could play queen when they come out on the stage.
Oh
on
my
the field.
God.
You know, like there are just we will rock you every time they come out on the court.
Are
they in violet? Is their color violet?
Yeah,
I think
like
it should be purple.
It's like that deep violet.
Yes. And then they have special jerseys for like, I don't know, special games that are sunset. They have an ombre.
Yes!
Okay.
Kelsey, yes!
The marketing team is back, everyone.
Hire us immediately.
Yeah,
Hire us immediately.
Listen, at least we have ideas, okay? We weren't short on ideas.
Would you guys go to an do you go to other sports games, and would you go to a WNBA game? Because I feel like Austin is a sports city because we're a college town, but I've always felt that. But football seems to dominate until Texas UT women's basketball came into the picture. But now we got soccer, we got all kinds of stuff. So we're obviously a sports city. Would y'all go?
I would absolutely go.
I would absolutely
I love basketball games. I love NBA games, excuse me. I love WNBA games, okay? If we're doing this women's and men's, whatever. Nice. I love those games. I love a Spurs game, love a Mavs game. And something else, too, that Fran has talked about in all of her interviews and stuff is, like, how Austin would go to this. Like, she's like, yes, Austin is already, like, the sports fans in this town are already there. And I will say, like, I have been putting in our events listings on our website, I'll go and put, like, women's basketball, UT, Longhorn women's basketball in there. And, like, when I started doing that, when they started playing, like, tickets would always be available. But in recent weeks, I don't even put it in the events listing anymore because they've been sold out. I do think it could happen for us.
I definitely would go. I would have a good time at those games. It's entertainment, and you have to be impressed by their athleticism. It's just amazing to see, like, professional athletes do anything. And I think, like, seeing women dunk, hell yeah, I'm there.
Talk about something that I have extensive knowledge of, and that is watching women dunk. I have an embarrassing listen, when I was figuring out that I was the gay, I did a lot of research into women basketball players.
Wait. I do need more information. Was this something you were like, okay, if I'm interested in women's basketball, that means I'm gay?
Not far. So literally, it was like, okay, what kind of women have I noticed I'm attracted to, right? And it's like, oh, Amazons, big, like tall, towering, athletic women. I'm like, okay, I should research this and look up Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops and all of this stuff. Like, I'm just saying, your girl has done the research, and I am totally willing to put in my expertise.
Yes.
Fran, please call me if you need any,
Consulting
when it comes to who should be on the WNBA, unless it's completely by skill, because I don't know shit about that. But
unless it's by skill.
But if it's for, like, fineness and
we're going to have
outfits,
the hottest team.
We're going to have the hottest team.
Can we just have one pick, maybe? One fan favorite?
I'm just saying I have a lot of expertise. There's no place like Texas, except when it comes to skiing. We know you're heading to seek snowier pastures this winter. Before you leave, grab one last taste of the real Texas in Amarillo. Hike, ride, or roll your way through the beauty of Palo Duro Canyon, the second largest canyon in the U.S., while your legs still feel fresh. Carbo load with that last taste of glorious Tex-Mex before you pivot to warm soups and chalet charcuterie. Or sneak into a speakeasy and enjoy a well-crafted cocktail before those shot skis get passed around. Amarillo is quirky and wild, Western, and spontaneous. You can spray paint a Cadillac, cruise Route 66, or find a cowgirl hat to complete the outfit that's been missing something. Whether we catch you on the way there or the way back, we can't wait to hear your stories and pour you a drink. The mountains may be calling, but Amarillo will make you proud to call Texas home. Visit Amarillo and après-ski into the real Texas. There are a couple things I have no expertise in, and that is the Texas legislature. So
I've got your assist.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God. I wish y'all could see Eva's little face when she did that. That was so cute.
I am waiting for your reaction.
Yeah. She knew she had it. I love this. Take it away.
So we wanted to start a little special section that you might hear routinely during the Texas legislative session. It's now happening at the Capitol. The Capitol's in Austin. It's our backyard. So they got started in January, and we're about a month in now, and they have 60 days to file bills. And after that, they have to just hear them and start making some decisions. And so in the Senate, they've already kind of gotten started doing some of that. They have been hearing bills that Governor Greg Abbott deemed emergency items, which includes like property tax relief, school choice, water, teacher pay, bail reform, and a whole lot of other priorities. One Senate committee just approved a package of bail reform bills this week, and these would like a lot of times in the past when we've heard of bail reform, it's about like making things more accessible for people to access bail faster in the process. This is kind of the opposite, where they're wanting less bail availability. So this is kind of a response to some of the crimes that undocumented immigrants have been accused of, like violent crimes. 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungaray in Houston, who was found dead and she had been sexually assaulted. And there were a couple of undocumented immigrants who have been accused of her murder. And that there have been these like high profile cases in which the suspects have like basically gotten out earlier than these people pushing for bail reform now think they should have. President Donald Trump has passed this Laken-Riley Act, which requires law enforcement officers to detain undocumented immigrants when they're arrested or charged with certain crimes. So there's just kind of this like push to tighten some of the bail laws and keep people in jail before they go to trial if they're accused of certain violent crimes. So that's one thing that's kind of already moving through the Senate. So now it's been passed out of committee and will go to the full body. And then the full Senate has already voted to pass SB 2, which is the school choice voucher bill that like basically will be giving $10,000 per student to spend on private education. So that's like taxpayer dollars that are going from taxpayers into the pockets of people who want to send their kids to private schools. So that still has to go through the House. And then if you flip over to the House chamber, they have just assigned people to committees this week. So we're going to start seeing committee hearings. So that's what's happening. Just wanted to remind everyone that it's going on. We haven't been, covering every single turn of the screw down there, but you can find a lot more news about the legislature in our Hey Austin newsletter whenever there's news.
There's been like lots of stories about, all the wild and crazy, like little funny bills that have been filed. And every day I'm like, okay, which ones of these do I add to the newsletter? And then I always hold back because it's like, well, let's see how far that, daylight savings bill actually gets before.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Right.
We have a long time. You don't want to like hype people up too much about stuff that's not going to get anywhere. And so much of this stuff is like red button culture topic-y stuff.
I'm so glad that you guys are staying abreast of these things because I'm like trying to take a little bit of the 92 stance, the 92% stance, and keep my, minding my Black business. But
what's the 92 stance?
The 92% is essentially a movement for the 92% of Black women that voted for Kamala Harris to stay out of it and to not educate, not a lot of people are taking it really far. They're not participating in any protests. They're not participating in any marches. They're not saving the country anymore. They're not doing any work for this country anymore. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like for their livelihood, that's it. They're not engaging in conversations. They're not educating anybody. They are taking a rest. It's really interesting. I can't take any of this seriously, even though it is very serious. Yeah. I mean, this school voucher thing is a nightmare to me. Yeah. To me, it's like it just feels like a hop, skip, and a jump to more defunding of public education, more dismantling of public education. It's too much.
For the school stuff, like people who oppose it are saying, what about the public schools that we like have to have in order to populate or to educate most of the population? And last session, they tried to tie vouchers and public school funding together. And that failed miserably and was like so messy and awful to watch. And so this session, they've sort of divided them. So this is just vouchers that's gotten passed so far. There's no guarantee that at the same time we'll get teacher pay raises, which even though that is one of the governor's emergency items, like we hope that happens, but there's no guarantee.
And if it was an emergency item, you would have done it first.
Yeah. So it's people are skeptical.
I know that I'm naive in this and that this is going to sound like this is stupid, what I'm about to say. But I just like...
Good intro.
Listen,
we're listening.
I use it a lot. Like, y'all know this is stupid, but I'm going to say it
really,
anyway.
like, it really is. It's pretty ignorant. But like, I don't know. I feel like when I was growing up, everybody was like pretty okay with public schools.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like wasn't paying attention, right? Like I wasn't paying attention to the news because I was just being a teen somewhere. But I just feel like the majority of the people I grew up with, like through like all over Dallas, we all went to public schools, and like public schools were the place to be. And you know, I had a couple friends in private school. I don't know. It just feels like something has shifted, and now public school bad, and like.
It is a movement that's been like getting bigger and bigger in recent years. This whole school choice, giving parents the right to, you know, choose. And I think the pandemic kind of ramped things up even more because a lot of people did not like the way that public schools were handling masking and attended, you know, all the things.
I think that public schools in certain areas of the city have not ever been great. I was homeschooled by a neighborhood teacher. I didn't start going to public school until I think second grade, because my mom was like, I need you to be, I don't agree with what's happening, or we're not getting the resources, whatever the reasoning was that she had. And so like, you know, when I went to LL Campbell, which is the elementary school I went to, predominantly poor Black and Latinx people, loved my school. The teachers did the best they could. We had very full classrooms. But then they came up with this bright idea to start busing kids to different sections, but like only certain kids got to be bused and get like a better opportunity in education. And that's in heavy quotations. You know what I mean? So it kind of feels like to me that, like, to your point, Eva, it's like an opportunistic time to do something that's kind of been brewing for like a long time. Mm-hmm. They ain't slick, and I don't trust them. And this voucher system is the beginning. And I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but you know, that kind of seems to be what I spend my days doing now that I've gotten older. Speaking of what we're doing, what are y'all doing this weekend?
I will be doing more conspiracy theories. I'll be reading up on the history of public schools in Texas.
Making your little bulletin board with red string and
with
pictures
the red string.
And stuff. Yes. Going on and on and on.
Yeah, I'll be like the woman with the meme with the woman and all the math symbols floating around her. Mm-hmm. That's what I'll be doing.
I like that one.
What are y'all doing this weekend, though?
Well, so for Valentine's Day tonight, we're throwing a Valentine's Day party at my friend's house. And it's really cute. Everyone's going to bring Valentine's a la elementary school, speaking of school. And we're all bringing like little boxes that we decorated.
Like a shoebox?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
And the invitation says you have to have enough for everyone.
Yeah. You can't leave anybody out.
You can't leave anybody out. Mm-hmm. And we're going to try and have like a heart-shaped pizza and like little cutesy, just cute little things like that. And then on Sunday is the Austin Marathon and Half Marathon.
Woo-hoo.
It's very exciting. So that will be happening early in the morning. And apparently it's like the biggest it's ever been. Usually the amount of runners that register is at about like 5,000. And apparently this year it's 7,300.
Crazy.
It's like 35% bigger is the math that Eva did for me on that. Thank you, Eva. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's really exciting.
I looked at our prep doc and I just glanced at it and I saw Sun 35% bigger this year. So this whole time I was like, oh, we're going to talk about the Sun being 35% bigger this year.
This is a science podcast.
What? I am so, like, it literally, the puzzle pieces did not come together until you started talking, Kelsey.
No, it sounds like they came together perfectly.
Oh, no, not the Sun.
The Sun is bigger. Global warming, people.
35% bigger.
That's why it was almost 90 degrees over the weekend.
And now it's 38.
Yeah.
And is it supposed to be like?
Sunday should be lovely. It'll be sunny from the large sun with a high near 53 degrees.
Perfect running weather.
But yeah, no, I really do love going out and like watching the runners and supporting my friends who are running. I've run that race a couple of times and it's really hilly. It's really hard.
It's very hilly.
Yeah. And I just love that it's smack dab in the middle of downtown. It's like the event and I don't know. I love watching people accomplish their dreams.
Yay.
It's exciting.
Since the sun is bigger this weekend, will you guys be outside or what?
Well,
I'm going to keep this going forever.
I have no plans to be outside with that big old sun. But I did see some stuff that's happening inside that caught my attention. If you're still looking for a little Valentine's Day romantic thing, this is a very niche audience that I'm talking to right now. Those of you who like nerdy classical music, Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet and Symphony No. 5 will be performed by Philharmonie Austin at Arts on Alexander on Saturday. And there's still tickets, $5 and up. Very affordable, very romantic, very fun for your music geeks. So I fell asleep to classical music as a kid. I was trained that way. And I struggle in live performances to keep my eyes open after 5. It's like I'm a Pavlov's dog. You play classical music for me and I'm like, I'm sleeping.
That's why I can't go to Cirque du Soleil because I get lulled to sleep.
So crazy.
I don't know. That's
the parents know.
Okay, so Eva will be napping in public.
I'll be napping in public. And then maybe I could just do my dancing awake time at a morning DJ set because those have gotten very popular at these coffee shops. I don't know if y'all been seeing this. There was recently a story in Austin Monthly all about these DJ morning sets happening. And this Saturday, there's one at the Brew and Brew. So get your morning dance jitters out if you're interested in that.
Get your groove on.
It's not for everyone, but something to do. What about you, Nikki?
Well, tonight, Cabana Club is having an anti-Valentine's party. So it's going to have a DJ and pop-up tattoos and drink specials. But the thing that I'm most interested in is a chocolate fountain because your girl loves a chocolate fountain.
I love a chocolate fountain.
I love a chocolate fountain. I love a chocolate fountain. It's every time it's like it's the first time I've ever seen it. And then I go hard in the paint for the first 20 seconds. And then I'm like, okay, I overdid it. And then I overdo it and I make myself sick like a 5-year-old. But it's not going to stop me from going to the chocolate fountain.
Nice.
Saturday night, I'm really excited. There's this thing called Valentine's that's happening at Half Step. It's going to be 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's all women DJs, Mahalani, Rocky Key, and DJ Shanana, which is our guest that we just had, Selena Zisman. She's also a DJ. So they're all going to be DJing funk and soul and fun stuff at Half Step for Valentine's on Saturday. I'm really excited about it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. That's going to be a good time. And all 3 of those DJs are just top tier. So I'm really excited. And then Sunday, so one of my favorite things that happens all year is the Honk TX Fest, the Honk Fest. And they're having their winter fundraiser ball on Sunday at 5:30 p.m. at the 29th Street Ballroom. And they're going to have Moon Tower Brass Band, Minor Mishap Marching Band, The Numbers, and the Yes Man Brass Band. And they're encouraging costumes and revelry. And I love getting into this. I love getting into this time of year. I love Honk. It's one of my favorite things. So any way I can support them, I go. Entry is a sliding scale, starts at $10. Worth every penny. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Nice.
Kind of a light weekend. I got some plans with friends.
It does sound light, honestly.
I have brunch on Sunday. And then I'm going to the Honk fundraiser. It's like a light weekend.
She said, okay, here's all the 18 things I'm doing this weekend. Not as bad as my usual 30 things.
Usually there's more.
Slow.
pretty light, to be honest.
It's a light weekend. I like a light weekend, y'all.
Please.
I do.
Stop calling it a light weekend. I love a light weekend. I just love it.
I'm just saying.
That's so funny.
My daytimes are going to be so open.
Well, someone please find something for Nikki to do. Oh my God.
What am I going to do with that 8 hours of daylight? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. You guys, thanks so much for rounding up the news with me this week. This is awesome as usual.
As usual.
As usual. You guys are awesome.
Have a good weekend.
Enjoy your 18 things.
Yay! That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. Our executive producer is Eva Ruth Moravec. Our producers this week are Francisco Kilgore, Zoe Culkin, and Selena Cia Reynolds. And I'm your host, Nikki Devon. Our Hey Austin newsletter editor is Kelsey Bradshaw, and music is by Nelson Valente Aguilar of Como Las Movies. And special thanks this week to Laura Isensee. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be off on Monday for President's Day, but back Tuesday morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.